That's something I really want to make sure that I stress now. So that's one thing. Also, on the next one we want to go to Tools again, and we want to go down right next to Business Card Stickers is Listing Presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Listing Presentation. And for the brokers that are on the phone, we created that website in just a few minutes. It only took us a few minutes. Although I talked my way through it, it takes a while when you're talking through it and you're kind of fumbling around like I was this morning a little bit. But once you get quick at it, it literally takes you less than 5 minutes to build that little itty-bitty website that we got started with. But the system automatically creates a dynamic listing presentation around the property. So that's what one of the big value adds to the system is you can do a little bit of upfront work and really knock the socks off the seller. Okay? So now you've got literally a website that you'll see right here that automatically creates this. So you can leave them this URL. They can keep it with them. You know, they can have that ready next time somebody else comes in and tries to win a listing off them, and they can ask them all the things that they do. Like, hey, this person, super agent, is going to build me a complete custom website, and here's their presentation, you know, as an example. The great thing about this presentation for the brokers is it actually steps you right through each page of all the things that we do. So it kind of keeps you on track, keeps you going, moving forward, and then make sure that there's nothing that you leave out during your presentation. So next, and again, one of the things that I want to mention is this is completely customizable. It doesn't have to say no one cares more. It doesn't have to say no one will do more to get your home sold. You can completely change all of the text around. Okay, this is just our example presentation. But if we go to the next page, next we're going to talk to the seller about, look at this. We're going to build you a complete, unique property website. Okay, I'm not just going to take your stuff and put it on MLS and then maybe take the MLS and send it out to realtor.com. I'm going to actually build you a specific website around your property. And the sellers love it. You know, when we first rolled this thing out, they used to count how many times people visited the website. And the numbers used to be off the chart. Well, what they found out is that they had to actually figure it out to go right to the specific URL and only count that URL once, or think of it as only count the computer once. Because the sellers were going back so many times to look at their house, they'd go back and look at it 5 times a day. So we're looking at all these hits on our hit report, and they were off the chart. Well, you know, they quickly fixed that, so you only count each time somebody looks at your property once. But it just goes to show you just, you know, how impressive that the sellers feel when you build them their own personal website. The great thing about here is you'll see the C sample. The C sample is actually the link to the website that we created. Okay? So now you've just created another big wow factor for them. Okay? It's going to make it look like you've got an entire team working behind you. You know, little do they know it could be just you or your assistant or you and your loan officer, that kind of thing. But again, it sets that stage as if there's nothing you won't do to try and sell their house. We go to the next slide. And here we talk about customized virtual tours. Okay? Again, you click on the sample, and it's going to be the virtual tour of their specific property. Comes with a little bit of default music. Okay. Virtual tours, photo galleries. Then again, this is just with a few pictures that we created. We also have the ability to go HD with it. Looks very, very nice. I love this house. I don't know who the architect is, but it is, I don't know, that's just a beautiful house. Okay. A great thing for the brokers that are on the phone is once we take a property and we go live with the property, which means that we've completed the website, we want it to go out to Zillow, Trulia, Google, all those different websites, we'll send you an email, and on that email it will have the link to the website, the link to the mobile website, which I'm going to go over in a minute, but it'll also give you a link to an MLS compliant virtual tour. So you'll actually be delivered a URL that you can just copy and go right back to the MLS and drop it in the MLS, and then you'll have a virtual tour that will be MLS compliant. Okay, so we also deliver that to you too. So that's just another nice value add there. Okay. As we continue on, we're going to go to the next page and high-def panoramic tours. Okay, we can do 180 degrees, 360 degrees panoramic tours. And as an example here, I'll just click it on. It defaults to the example one that they give because the property that we built didn't have a panoramic tour. But it gives you an idea of how easy it is or what it looks like if we were able to stitch together a whole series of photos. And it really, they don't have to be a lot of photos, and it doesn't have to be a high quality camera. You don't have to send out a photographer to do it. You literally can just be standing in one spot and take a whole series of pictures with your little camera. And when I say little camera, I've been referring it to as Ashton Kutcher's cameras, those little hot pitch cameras. You can take a whole series of those, and as long as each picture bleeds over itself a little bit, right, so there's no gaps in the pictures, as long as there's no gaps in the pictures, our system will go ahead and create this panoramic view. And it adds a lot of value. There's so many homes that we started to do listings for that were just screaming to have panoramics. I mean, they may have had great mountain views, or they may have been on a lake, or they may have, the house that we're doing right now should have a panoramic view that just covers the whole bay, you know? And so, or maybe their living room, go in the living room and take a whole picture of the living room. So we're not limited by just one panoramic. We could add a lot of panoramics. And you see over here, there's these thumbnails of other panels, but it doesn't have to be, it could be your front room, it could be your living room, it could be the midnight view of the lake, it could be the morning view of the lake. You could do all kinds of stuff like that, and it's very, very easy to do. As easy as it was for me to upload the photos into the website, it's just as easy to upload panoramics to your website and have them created, okay? So it's something that, again, is all part of our system. It's all integrated for, and it's just so easy to use. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Hopefully you can see that now the sellers would definitely be impressed. Well, here's a YouTube video, and it's a listing, a current listing that we have for a broker in Seattle, and I'll just show you what it looks like on YouTube. Okay, we won't go through the whole thing right now. I'm going to hit pause. But our system automatically takes that virtual tour that we showed you earlier and actually builds a YouTube video and puts it on YouTube for you. So you don't have to do anything. You notice at the very beginning of it that you get your picture, you get your logo, and you get the property address and the sales price. Okay, you're going to have that for about 4 seconds. Then it's going to go right into the virtual tour. So if you created a website with 10 or more pictures, the system will automatically create a YouTube video for you, and it will send you an email that lets you know that, hey, your YouTube video will be ready in about 48 hours or 24 hours, wherever the backlog is to create these videos. It will tell you the approximate time when you will have a YouTube video created for you. Now, if you are a broker with a lot of listings, I would create your own YouTube channel. You can create a YouTube channel in 5 or 10 minutes, get a little password, and we can set up your password and ID in the setup for your account. And every time you create a virtual tour with 10 or more pictures, it'll automatically dump it right onto your YouTube channel. So especially if there's brokers that are actually broker owners that have a lot of listings, maybe you got 100 listings, we should create a YouTube channel for you and just dump all of your listings on your YouTube channel and start marketing that. And then once you've got the YouTube channel, you can do all kinds of stuff with it, right? Or you can blog about it, you can send backlinks to it, you can drive a lot of people to your YouTube videos. Okay, just another nice value add. Again, it's all part of the system. Mobile phone websites. Every property that we create, we automatically create a mobile website for that house. Okay, we already created one for the house that we just built just a few minutes ago because the system automatically does it. So I'm going to hit See Sample, and the property that we created, that code is 51495. You can see it right here, 51495. Every house in America has to text to this number, 79564. That's where the server is. That's where we store all the technology. But the individual house is the 51495. Okay? They give us the application right here. All I have to do is hit go, and there's the property that we created. Okay? Now the great thing about this is that this is the information that you want to be able to take and put on your sign writer. In case anybody's out in front of that house, they want to text 51495 to the number of 79564, they will get back all of this information. Okay? The other thing that they're going to get back is a hotkey directly to the agent. Okay, this, of course, is a fake number, but if that was the agent, the listing agent, they would get a hotkey right back to them, and they can also get more pictures. You click on more, there's my little great home, picture number 1, and there's all the pictures to the house. Okay, this also comes included with the system, and we created it with just a few minutes I did at the very beginning of this webinar. Okay? Hugely, hugely important. The sellers love it. The brokers out there love it. You know, put it on the sign writer, and you know, make sure that you don't miss any opportunity to sell that house. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Text message with call capture. So every single, you know, we just talked about the mobile website. Anytime somebody sends in or requests information for us, we're going to trap their phone number. So for that instance where we just did the mobile website, if somebody was in front of the house and they texted that number, that would be delivered to the agent either in an email or text, either to their email account or their obviously their phone number or their cell phone, all the information from that call capture. So they're going to give you the property address, it's going to give you the time, it's going to give you their phone number, and it's going to give you what they requested. So the agent could be literally at the golf course, and then their phone could ring, and they'd know that somebody was right out in front of their house looking at a mobile website. Okay, so that's really important. You know, it's all about making sure we can try and sell these homes as quick as possible.